Hi Battle Brethren, welcome back to No Games for Old Men. I'm Dan, and as we hover in orbit over Almeric 7, here is our current situation on the Baleful Edict. Within a week, we've got 4 knights coming back, 3 to full health. Cadden Rugen is currently in the infirmary. The Seed will have research completed in 8 days. We'll have Void Shields in 10. Grandmaster report in 26 days. So that's what we're working toward right now. We have no requisition points, no prognosticars, 1 grimoire, and just 11 servitors. So in terms of resources, we're a little thin. But we're just going to keep tooling around the system here. And looking for more bloom seed. Those 2 missions that were active right now, I didn't have time to get to either one of them. But, okay, 2 days have passed. Now, Cadden Rugen, our rank 1 Purgator, oh, he's just a little baby, has been healed of his critical wounds and can return to combat duty. We needed to install the Augmetic Muscular build, and he is now wounded for 47 days. Now, these Augmetics, I have learned, can be upgraded if I manufacture them. Let's see, one of these items, is it the augmentation chamber? No, it's here. The Augurium, the Apothecarion. Here, okay, so I'd have to do the stasis chamber first. Oh, reactor output 2 first, and that will unlock enhanced augmetics. So when these soldiers, I keep calling them soldiers because I'm so used to XCOM. When these knights suffer a critical wound and they return from the Apothecarion with an augmetic, currently those augmetics don't do anything. They're just, it's like you get a, somebody gets a steel plate inserted in their skull to replace the damaged bone there. But if I upgrade that unit, those additives will actually have an effect. So that's something that we can think about as we are working here. Wow. Oopsie doodle. Okay, intervention required.
It approaches, Commander. Our day of meditation.
Oh no.
What do you want about, Ektar?
Stoic contemplation fortifies the soul, Inquisitor. This is a tradition upheld by our previous commander,
Am I hearing you exactly right? Are you proposing to take the day off?
Inquisitor Vakir, I've said it before. She's almost done with the seed, so I know that this is going to upset her. It will vex her.
Excellent.
But
I will make the arrangements.
It'll reduce her research speed 50%, but she's almost done researching the seed, so it'll only add a couple of days, if that, to the research time. So that's okay. But my units will now receive a 50% bonus in XP, so. Okay, we are now in orbit over Interis 7. There's a seed carrier here. I think that's what this is telling me. But I can't interact with anything here, so not exactly sure what to do about that. I think right now we'll just kind of head toward the center of the map again, so that we're in a centralized location when we do get some bloom spawn.
It is clear that these seeds are fragments of some vile artifact, saturated with corruption. Once fused with organic life, They spread rapidly from the host, afflicting whole populations with a deadly plague.
All according to the plague god's desires.
Yes. But what confounds me is how it spread so quickly between solar systems. I have issued an interdiction order for this sector. Interplanetary travel will be limited. With the Emperor's mercy, it will buy us some time.
Denial. The Baleful Edict is far too damaged to begin a new campaign.
And yet it must. This bloom is already ripening, evolving fast towards some dire purpose. Would you truly turn your back on the trillions of souls the plague god threatens to devour?
Never. But how do you propose we stop it?
This seed radiates a psychic imprint from what I believe to be some kind of origin. With further research, I will be able to pinpoint that location.
I would rather we simply purge them.
That is the difference between us, Purifier. You are the hammer, but I am the one with the burden to wield it. Destroying it now would silence the only lead we have. If I can prove these seeds all radiate from the same destination, then we can follow that trail and destroy the source of the bloom's power.
Challenge. You said seeds. You deduce much from only one.
You are correct, Tech Priest. I need more. One is not sufficient to prove my theory. Commander, you must send out your knights to harvest more.
You would have us limp around the sector with more of this corruption in my hold?
I agree it is far from ideal, Dominus, but if the Inquisitor can locate the source of this corruption, then I advise we comply with her request.
Affirmative.
Excellent. We have no time to waste.
Agreed. As the bloom ripens, its seeds call out to a hidden concentration of cancerous energy. Yet this is their critical flaw. I can use the psychic resonance to track a spore to the source and unleash your Grey Knights upon it. In the meantime, they must harvest the seeds I require. Okay, that earned us one requisition. Let's start a new research project. Well, let's talk to her first.
We both have work to do. What do you need?
How will you use the seeds to find the Nexus?
Do you doubt me, Commander?
Psychic resonance that covers each seed leaves a spore I can follow. The more we collect, the stronger the trail to the Nexus. What do you think the Nexus is?
I do not know where the psychic scent will lead us. Yet.
What I can tell you is that these seeds have been germinating for some time. They require a safe location where the warp has already taken hold in the materium. One that would not readily fall under our scrutiny. Somewhere they could be left undisturbed for centuries. 100 years?
Several hundred, undoubtedly.
I will put it plainly. The Lords of Chaos are powerful indeed, but we both know they cannot act in real space with total impunity. This plague has been in the works for a long, long time. Let's discuss something else.
If we must.
Is this the first time you've worked with the Grey Knights? I think she's already answered that. Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
To be honest, I had doubted your chapter's very existence until recently.
But previously, she said that the Inquisitors and the Grey Knights have a long history of working together. It would appear old adages are true. There is strength in secrecy. Then how did you learn of us?
I contacted the Ordo directly for martial support.
The only response was a set of coordinates. I followed them, and the edict appeared shortly after. You can imagine my surprise. Our return to Titan was unscheduled. How did they know where we were?
The Ordo has the best prognosticators, unrivaled in reading the Emperor's tarot.
And there are other methods of divination that the ignorant would call heretical. What matters is the Emperor clearly meant for us to intersect. Nurgle's plague must be stopped. Let's discuss something else.
Very well.
That's all for now.
My research beckons.
It does. Let us select something for you. Wow, we've got some stuff available to us. Alright, let's go through this real quick. Warp field penetration, 29 days. Stratagem system and Quicksilver unlocked. This plague surrounds the world and contaminates with a miasma of psychic energy that confounds any attempt to intervene from orbit. Yet with careful study, I believe we can penetrate this shield and project my psychic powers onto the battlefield. Okay, that is going to open up a whole tree, one of which includes heal. My work has on occasion required me to reverse the ravages of the plague god can inflict upon its victims. Extending this skill to your knight's complex physiology is no trivial matter, but with some careful study, I believe I can accelerate their body's inherent regenerative processes. Ooh, that's going to get them their wounds healed faster. This is high on the list right now, then. We also have advanced seed access. We need more seeds in order to understand this bloom, but they have proved frustratingly volatile. I believe we can devise customized tools to aid in extracting them whole before their carriers are destroyed. Extractor servo skull. Interesting. Or, down from the seed is source of the bloom. We need 5 seeds to be able to start that research, though, so we can't do it just yet. This is the main... I think this is going to be the main objective for her next main objective. Psychic Attunement has now opened up these 3. Enhanced Attunement. I believe there's an opportunity to leverage your Prognosticars further by layering their talents over the Edict's Geller field. They should be able to curtail the Bloom's defenses and expose the enemy to greater measure of my power. Bloom Suppression 1. The Prognosticars are trained as a tool of divination, but their psychic talents can be put to other use as well, dampening the warp echoes that are released when your knights enter the Bloom's psychic field. That reduces warp surge by 5% per turn. That's good. Tides of Escalation. The tides of the warp swell and heave before surging forth in a burst of roiling energy. Let us make use of the Prognosticars to anticipate their flows and allow your brothers to exploit their psychic talents to maximum effect. +1 willpower on warp surge. Oh! Oh, what? Interesting. When there's a warp surge on the battlefield, all of my knights will gain a willpower point. Very cool. Okay. Gosh. I'd like to get this tree opened up. Not only because I want to get heal, but there's stuff. So let's do this. It's 29 days. It costs no seeds, so we're good. And we want to unlock this tree down here. So let's go ahead with that. 29 days. It looks like Dominus Lunette has some words for us.
Protocol demands a preliminary salutation. Consider this requirement fulfilled.
You are warm and loving, Lunette. These fragments are more than just mere seeds.
Preliminary analysis suggests their origin lies prior to the Great Heresy.
Oh, wow. Wow. The Great Heresy, the Horus Heresy, which took place 10 millennia ago in the, 30th millennia? We're in the 41st right now in this narrative. Further study is required, although the Inquisitor's requirements take precedence. How can an Archaeotech shard spread disease?
The machine spirits can be corrupted by the warp like any so.
Heretics spread scrap code. Spirits that were once honorable now serve the dark powers through ruinous algorithms. Ruinous algorithms. That's fantastic. Have you encountered such entities?
I once had the opportunity to study a Predator tank that served the Black Legion.
Its machine spirits were corrupted and vicious, and desperate to spread their taint even into my own blessed machinery. An instructive experience, but I was forced to destroy them before observing the limits of their behavior. Let's discuss something else.
Waiting for new input.
You care about this ship, yet it does not belong to the priesthood.
Ownership is irrelevant. My duty is to her.
The question of propriety regarding the ships in the Imperial and Astartes navies is as old as the pact that brought the Emperor and Mars into alignment, Commander. Ownership is irrelevant. My duty is to her. You care more for this ship than its retinue.
Its storied history eclipses that of anyone currently aboard.
And I will avoid her coming to harm at all costs. Let's discuss something else.
Waiting for new input.
What's the status of our construction efforts?
Praise the Omnissiah.
Work on the Void Shields continues. This is an area I have to oversee personally, as the Void Shields are Mechanicum sealed technologists. Knowledge forbidden to any being not of Dominus ranking. They remain a priority, so I shall get them fully operational as soon as I am able. Let's discuss something else.
Affirmative.
That's all for now.
I must attend to repairs.
Thank you, Dominus. Brother Ektar, what say you?
Come, let us talk over what troubles you, brother.
The Inquisitor wants us to harvest more seeds.
The cost of working with the Inquisition, brother.
She would have us suppress our righteous wrath to gather her research fodder. You disapprove?
The Inquisitor's methodology has proved fruitful.
Let her lead us to this nexus, and we shall fall upon it with the righteous fury of the Emperor himself. I love it.
Certainly.
Have you fought the Plague God minions before? I would think they're Daemonhunters.
Nurgle is a powerful and detestably creative enemy.
Countless times I've battled through hundreds of infected only to see them rise again as demons from the corpses. Gosh. Creative?
The Plague God does not simply desire death and destruction like Khorne.
He plays with life, changes it, shifts it into a twisted and corrupted image of his own devising. And his foul works adapt relentlessly to survive. We must purify every last trace of this plague, or it will transform into something new and spread once again. Let's discuss something else.
Certainly.
That's all for now. Brother.
I hope that aids you, brother.
Alright, let's check out the barracks before we exit here. We've got 3 available berths. We can recruit with 2 requisition points. I have 1 currently, but remember we've got the opportunity to recruit a knight for 1 requisition at the end of a mission. I've got a full... I now have 6 battle-ready knights, so I feel comfortable with that. Alright, let's get back into our travel to Zentra 2. Looks like a desert world. Looks like Mars, but a little browner. And Void Shields will be done very shortly. Alright. The Edict's Void Shield generator has been refurbished. The Gravatic displacer had failed. Constructing the part required careful study of a few data tapestries on board. Data tapestries? I want data tapestries in my apartment. That would be fantastic. You have a friend come over, hey, what's this? Oh, it's my data tapestry. How bougie. Fortunately, I thought to recover them from the Libris before the Inquisitor took up residence. No doubt she would have claimed them for her own research. +1 hull integrity. Excellent. Alright, so the Baleful Edict now has 4 hull points, and we can now continue our refurbishments. So what do we want? Augmentation chamber gives us extra servitors. This will increase research speed. The warp drive, obviously. That was high on my list before, but so many other things have come up that seem like, I think I want those. I I think I want those first, like the Apothecarion, Prognosticar. I don't have one right now, so I feel like I need this so that I can use them to attune with other planets in this system. Also, in order to... we have to get this going. Oh, reactor output 2 requires 16 servitors. I only have 11. I think that kind of answers that one, doesn't it? We're going to go with the Augurium 1 and get ourselves an extra Prognosticar. That was a cool sound effect. Okay, our next event is 16 days. That's our Grandmaster report. So let's head back to the star map. I guess we continue travel. I thought we were already there, but there we go. Alright, now we'll just advance time, wait for some Bloomspawn to be detected. Don't you be coming for me. Don't you be coming for me. Bloomspawn detected. Okay, we've got one real close. What's this one? Xipha Prime. Corruption level 0. There is Poxus. 2 unknown enemy units. We'll get 10 servitors. Rank 3 interceptor. A tier 1 incinerator. I haven't used an incinerator yet. And some Terminator armor. This one, which I'll have to circumvent this guy if I want to go for it. Farragar 4. Corruption level 0. Poxus, again, 2 unknown minions. 1 grimoire, which will increase research speed. Tier 1 power armor. Tier 1 silencer. A rank 3 purgator. Okay. Win the mission without master-crafted melee weapons. I didn't check what the glory deed was for this one. Kill 8 enemies with melee weapons. Okay. This one... Jabala 7. This one is a scanned planet. So we've got Corruption level 1, so Warp Surge at 20% per turn. Poxus. An Apostate Preacher. The Apostate Preacher of Nurgle is a leader of cultists who can bestow vile boons upon his allies. Well, I feel like that's not okay at all. It needs to be eliminated. Alright. Win the mission without using grenades. Interesting. Requisition point will reduce corruption, and we'll have the opportunity to requisition a rank 2 Justicar, a tier 1 Stormbolter, and tier 1 power armor. Well. Again, servitors are important. So, at this stage, I think I've got to go for Xipha Prime. Kill 8 enemies with melee weapons. I feel like that's doable. I'm gonna have to deal with that Death Guard cruiser at some point. Okay. Let us start this mission. Ooh, 3 days for the Grandmaster report, so that's close. Alright. 2 bonus requisition if we can kill 8 enemies with melee weapons. Yeah, let's go for it. Alright. Oops. My light just fell. Okay. Alright, he has Aurelian's Verdict. He's good on armor. I think we might be getting to a point where everybody is in a good place in terms of their gear. Melee weapon, we're going to keep the Demon Hammer on him, and he's got the Terminator armor, so unless... Oh, okay. Now we've got this Mastercrafted Terminator armor, so let's get that on him. Gives him a bonus to resistance. Okay. He's good. Grenade, good. Now here's my thing. I have to kill enemies with melee weapons. This guy doesn't have a melee weapon. So this is when I think... Is this one of those moments when I swap out the Purgator? He's injured anyway. What am I talking about? Of course we're going to swap him out. Let's get an Interceptor in here. This guy's brand new. He's got a silencer. Weird. The Interceptors, I thought were... Well, they are. They're like fast attack guys. So maybe, what does the silencer do? Ranged attack. Shoot a target at range 14. So that's a long-ranged weapon, definitely. Okay, let's do this. Let's get him the Liberator. This afflicts bleed. And let's get him a cool melee weapon. So Falchion is 4 damage, 5% crit chance, and the Force Strike is a +1. The Force Sword that he's got is 4 damage, 50% chance to parry a melee attack. Force Strike is +1 damage. Okay, let's stick with the Force Sword for him. He's got a grenade. Or do I want to give him this? +2 crit damage and a 15% crit chance for melee attacks. For an Interceptor, we're gonna run him in with that sword, and that Domina Liber Demonica is going to help us out. Armor. He's only got power armor available to him. Somebody's already using that one, so he's got his standard issue power armor then. And finally, an Apothecary. Do I have an Apothecary? Okay, this was our original one. He got injured. He's got fewer experience points, so let's leave him in. Corvain. I'm good with his gear. Unless he's got a Stormbolter I can give him? No. Okay, Let's see. You know what? Let's make sure that these guys that are wounded don't have mastercrafted items that I could be giving to somebody else, like this. So let's swap this out, and we'll give... Okay, now we've got to swap Corvain back in, jump over here to our Interceptor, and give him this. So this one's got enhanced mobility, allow him to climb obstacles. Hopefully that'll, if we need him to be able to climb a cliff or a wall or something to get up to somebody to smack him with a sword, hopefully that this mastercrafted armor will allow him to do that. And let's see. Who's my other guy? Okay, Cadden Rugen. He doesn't have... Okay, he's got a standard issue hammer. Standard. Okay, good. Now let's swap Corvain back in again. Alright. Justicar Pardum, Justicar Bors, Interceptor Techios, Apothecary Corvain. Please report to the Teleportarium. Here's our squad. Alright. We will start the mission next episode. I think our logistics operations here took a little longer than I expected. Wow. All right. Thanks for joining me for this one. Have a great day. Stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next one.
No games.